Well, I just realized the government is very greedy. The organizations out there, corporate greed, all of that stuff is just very damn greedy. I've seen videos out there where there was these people that was using water to run their car. And there was a lot of older videos, and a lot of people don't talk about these videos, but there was a time where there was the scientists or whatever that came up with different inventions like, oh, water, you can run your car with water. H2O. You don't have to do anything special. This is just how it is. We can save energy and all that, but what happened with that? Like, why is that not being talked anymore? It's because these corporate greedy bastards got rid of people like that because they won't make any money in the electric industry or, gas anymore and stuff, because everybody would just be taking water from the ocean or they would just use rainwater and stuff and they would be running their cars. That's actually a very great idea, but no one sees it that way. Like, any time where you have some kind of epic glitch, it gets taken away because the government want to tax it. The government want money. And it's the corporate greed and corporations like electric companies and stuff. Like, I've been watching a lot of older videos where these like scientists and stuff will try to come up with great ways of saving humanity, like a cure for cancer. There was this cure that basically kill all cancer cells and stuff. But what happened with that? Why is that not being talked? I guess the suits came in, the men in black, they found that out and it was like, nope, we can't do that because pharmacies and corporations like that won't make any money. Like, come on now. I thought this was all about trying to save humanity, society and stuff, but a lot of these companies are so greedy, they need more money. Why do you guys need that goddamn much money? Like, you telling me you don't want to save people that, the hospitals won't make any money because then everybody will be healthy with these cancer cells, things taking out the cells and cancers or whatever, and everybody will be running on water. I know these inventions came up back then. This was done back in the day, but unfortunately, the suits, the men in black, know about it, and they don't want no one else knowing about it because this will cause a lot of chaos. Now, I know I'm kind of rambling right now, but it's just like my mind is kind of like blown to the point where how can the government and these people hide this type of knowledge? This knowledge was so useful. Like, it is extremely useful to the point where it could save lives. It could help humanity and stuff. And I know I may sound crazy, but this stuff did exist. Go look up videos, articles, go to a library. This stuff was there, but the information is buried. They trying to bury all that stuff because the government don't want anybody knowing that, oh, there was things that people use to run cars on water. Like, you can use H2O to run your car. You don't need to use gas anymore. Gas is obsolete. We're just using not only electricity, but we just using straight H2O and stuff like that. See, they don't want no one to know about that because that's going to hurt a lot. Can you imagine a world if we were to basically be cancer free and running water as fuel? Basically, your house would be running on water where you're getting free electricity and all that. It would be insane. People will be setting camp houses everywhere in the world because you could just run it through water or whatever. You have like a water source and stuff. But they don't want anybody doing that because unfortunately, the government won't make any money off of that. I gotta keep up with the time because I gotta go to work soon. But it's horrible. Like, are you really that desperate in money? Like, we gotta shut down any chance of humanity surviving more. This is why, and again, I'm no expert at this topic, but in my opinion, this is why humanity's not thriving, not going further up and beyond, because we got corporations that's blocking a lot of this stuff. Like, if we had if we was able to be more healthy because of all these scientists, like, hey, doctors came up with all these different cures, which they already have these cures, they just don't want the government don't want anybody using these cures, these cures for AIDS, these cures for cancer, and using water for fuel, and instead of using oil, we could just use water. We have the resources here, just no one wants to use them. And it's just wild that, to the point where, why are we like this? Why is the countries like that? Like, they gotta have that, it's that corporate greed. They gotta have that money. They gotta have more money to run. I mean, how much more money do you need? Sorry, I had a call. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Guys, when it comes to this whole corporate greed and stuff like that, we could survive so much better out here in this world. Like, we have the technology and the health right now. We got things that can help fight cancer. We got things that can help fuel, like water, using for as fuel and stuff like that. But unfortunately, governments don't want us using that, because then if they were to have that, like if we were to have that technology, that type of stuff, it will hurt everybody else's pockets. They won't make any money, and then everybody will be too happy. They don't want that. But it sucks, man. I mean, we had this stuff, but they trying to keep us in the dark ages, because again, we have it now, but it's being hidden in labs, and they don't want anybody else using it. All right, let me keep up with the time. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I know this is like random rambling, whatever. Tell me what you guys think about the whole situation when it comes to, like corporate greed, governments hiding all sorts of technology that we could use that could better society, about the water, with turning water into fuel, and that can basically run the car, run car on water. Can you imagine, just like, I could take like a bottle of Dare Park that I'm not paying for, I could just go to the ocean or whatever, get water, and just pour it in to the tank and run that, and I could get like probably 200, 300 miles out of that. That would be insane. But unfortunately, they don't want us to live like that, because again, the companies won't make any money, because it's not profitable. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. It just kind of sucks that we live like this. Anyway, I'm out. I gotta go to work. Peace out.